all? It's your girl Tiffany, and my malicious Swift Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces High Priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one who isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on today. This is going to be another one of my, this is actually going to be like a missing slash murder mystery, but it's going to be a compilation of high profile cold case. So it's a high profile cold case edition, guys, okay? But it's a mixture between my missing mystery and my murder mysteries combined, but on high profile cases only, guys, okay? So y'all take the messages that apply, leave the ones that do not. Remember that this reading can apply to the past, the present, or the future as it relates to these situations. All information is alleged according to the information that is given to me by my spirit guides, okay? This content or commentary is covered by the Fair Use Act or Copyright Act of 1976. And although my psychic investigations covers very real and serious topics, which is of no laughing matter, I have to say for legal purposes that this is for your entertainment purposes only, guys, okay? So I ask that you use your own discernment and you govern yourselves accordingly, guys, okay? Yeah, guys. So like I said, this is going to be also, I want to say that this content is also for the sole purposes of psychic investigation, criticism, comment, opinions, news, reporting, teaching reasons, education reasons, research reasons. Okay, guys? Be sure you like, share, and subscribe. Of course, you can comment if you would like. That is your free way of showing your support to help grow the channel. Some of the people that I'm going to speak about today, I think all of them except for maybe one, I've actually done past readings on, like years ago, I think. If I'm not mistaken, guys, okay? But Spirit is having me to go back over this information, guys, okay? Because some things, I was looking at a video last night, and it's kind of what triggered, like, this, you know, this this, like, trigger effect of all of these cases and what have you, like, back to back to back. So I said, okay, I'm just going to do a segment, and I'm going to run them all together real quick, guys, okay? On these topics, okay, and just basically tell you matter-of-factly what happened with them, okay? Because all of these people, if not yet, probably all of them are considered deceased or what have you, but that's not the case for some of them, okay? It's different situations, however, very similar, coincidentally, guys, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing today. If I sound loud on here for some reason, I kid you not, I'm literally almost whispering, and I'm using an inside voice, guys, okay? So for some reason, StreamYard, it's like the volume is like really higher, like a whole lot higher, or what have you. So I'm not even using my microphone or what have you. So if it sounds like I'm really loud or really close to the speaker or something like that or what have you, I'm not. I don't know how to change it, or what have you, guys. So y'all just bear with me, or what have you. But like I said, guys, this is going to be a missing murder mystery, and this is a high-profile cold case edition, guys. Again, this information is alleged according to the information that is given to me by my spirit guides. Okay, guys. So, as it relates to these situations, all of their situation has been made, you know, like the information about it is like, you know, public information or what have you. So when I go into the reading part or what have you, that is basically the part that is alleged, okay, according to what my spirit guides tell me, guys, okay? So guys, with that being said, we are going to get started. right, guys. So, real quick, I'm going to just give you the information and then we're going to go through each one of these, okay? So I have one, two, three, four, five. We're going to be looking at five different people on today. Um, Ironically, I was just sitting here looking at this, and I literally did not even do this on purpose, but it's very interesting. Okay, I feel like it's tied into why the things happened the way they did. Okay, um, all of these individuals are girls. Okay, all of them have blonde hair and blue eyes. Okay, which many of you should know by now is highly sought after when it comes to the powers that be in the industry, guys. Okay, so we're going to be looking at JonBenet Ramsey, Madeline McCain, Summer Wells, Casey Anthony, and Natalee Holloway, guys. Okay, so I'm going to give you the information real quick, exactly what happened on all of these, and then we're going to go through them one by one, guys. Okay. And like I said, I was watching something last night, guys, that kind of triggered this. I was actually watching something about JonBenet Ramsey, okay? And it was like another content creator on YouTube, and he was basically, kind of letting Bert Ramsey have it, which is the brother, JonBenet Ramsey's brother, okay? Um, I don't know why it's never been said, but I knew from the jump that uh, something was off with Bert Ramsey. You can clearly tell that he either has some type of learning disability or mental disability of some kind. He has an antisocial personality disorder, and he comes off like he's borderline uh, psychotic or something like that. Okay, um, very mysterious character. Okay, he always has this duper delight smile on his face. He has this very strange, weird behavior. Okay, um, which is classic for very disturbed individuals. Okay, and I'm gonna say allegedly. Like I'm not saying that about him to like fault him because people have disability. My daughter has disabilities. You understand what I'm saying? My daughter is antisocial, but uh, she's introverted, antisocial. Like, but she is like the you know she kind of comes off like that. Secretive, sneaky, witchy, like and that's just the Cancer in her, okay? Because and she's that's that moon type of energy. The moon is like in the sun sign of Cancer, what have you. So that's that moon energy, secretive, sneaky, witchy, like or what have you. And my daughter's a Cancer, so that's her energy or what have you. Bert, I knew from the jump or what have you. And he was only like he was a kid as well when this happened to JonBenet, who I believe was 6 at the time when this happened, and I believe Bert was only 9. Okay, um, so anyway, this is not even about him. I just wanted to say this real quick because what triggered me to do this is the video that I watched last night. And this guy, he was just kind of going in, he was making this thing like, oh, I've solved the case. I've cracked the case on JonBenet Ramsey. And I'm like, this is false information. Like, I mean, it was true information because like, as far as like Bert's behavior, but by the end of it, he was literally making it seem like, oh, Bert had did it and the family covered it up and everybody knew it. And, he had real weird behavior and it was weird things that was going on in the house. Um, Part of his behavior is because JonBenet Ramsey wasn't the only one that was being abused in that house. Part of the reason for his behavior and the way he acted, and I don't even understand how he was able to speak to psychiatrists and psychologists and different things like that. They interviewed him and they didn't clearly see this with his mannerisms and his behavior. Okay, because even on the interview that he was doing with one of the psychologists that was telling him, he was like, when they asked him about certain things, he just had real weird behavior. And at one point, he was like, he had a secret, and everybody took it like, oh, he had did something, but he never did tell what that secret was. He was being abused. Okay, so let me just run through this. I just wanted to say that really quick or what have you, because a lot of people, I knew from the time that this happened, I knew, matter of factly, that somebody in that house did what they did to JonBenet Ramsey. I had said from the jump, it's either the father or it's the brother. Okay, and the brother do come off as very weird, but I'm telling you, a lot of his weird behavior and oddities and different things, even if one wanted to say disabilities, is partially because of the abuse that he was enduring as well. Okay, um, allegedly. Okay, my spirit guides is telling me that it was the father who did what, who raped and killed JonBenet Ramsey. Okay, both of those kids were being sexually abused by their father. Patsy knew. That's the reason why Patsy was kept doped up. Patsy was actually a sacrifice as well. They tried to kill her the first time when they claimed that she had cancer, but she actually, she survived that. But by the second time, when they claimed the cancer came back, she was killed. She was actually a Patsy as well. She knew that the abuse was going on, and she was kept doped up. This is the reason why every time you see Patsy Ramsey, she has like these glossy, low, very low, almost closed looking eyes. You know, like she's high on something. Okay, she was kept doped up on pills. Okay, um, and there's other people that you can see that, and like you can go and look at the same thing with, like, what was her name, Anna Nicole, um, uh, Marilyn Monroe. You can see it in Brittany, Mercy. All of those people, go back and look at them. Okay, they were always seen like that. They had those glossy looking eyes, very low, almost closed looking eyes, and different things like that, or whatever. They were being kept high on freaking pills, very strong fucking pills. Okay, that's the reason why you always seen Patsy like that. She knew of the abuse. Okay. Not only was her father, JonBenet Ramsey's father, abusing her, he left his wealthy buddies, elite buddies, to also use her. Okay. And this is the reason why she had several different issues, with her in her genital area, throughout her little life. Okay, that she was like put on display like a little grown woman, and it's predatory anyway. Like, I don't, people don't even think about this stuff. I don't know why people do that shit, because have you ever seen kids? The only kids that you see at pageants are the kids who are in pageants. The people who are in the audience are full grown the fuck adults. Okay, looking at little babies who are like 3, 4 years old, however old they start. You know what I'm saying? Dressed up like grown little adults, and bouncing the fuck around. So it's real fucking weird, or what have you. But anyway, so that's what Spirit is telling me about. And then the one guy in the video that I was listening at, because he was breaking down a lot of different information. Okay, it's like it was really like common sense. Um, okay, first of all, the ransom note was written on used with a pen and the paper from their house and left in their kitchen. Okay. Um, like nobody ever, no kidnapper, abductor, rapist ever is going to break into your house, know exactly what room your daughter specifically is in, because you had a whole son there too. Okay, know exactly what room your daughter is in, take her through your house, take her out her room, through your basement, take time to rape her, murder her, then casually stroll in your kitchen, use your pen and your paper, to write a ransom note. Okay, and also there was a flashlight that was left behind. Okay, and this is one of the things that was talked about, in this interview that this guy was doing. Okay, but this flashlight had been wiped clean of all prints or what have you. Okay, and they try to make it seem like, oh, their intruder, left this behind by accident when they left the ransom note. Okay, but like, who comes in your house, do all of that, kills your child, and write a ransom note, and then leave, but they don't never call about the ransom. Okay, and who leaves asks for a ransom for a child that is dead and that was left in your fucking house? That would make sense if they would have actually took the child from there, and oh my God, you don't know where this child is. That would have made sense. Okay, but nobody ever called from, so it was staged. It was set up. Okay, and then the flashlight, not only was the flashlight white clean of any prints, but also the batteries in the flashlight was white clean of any prints, okay? And it was determined that it was it was the household's flashlight. It was theirs, okay? So it later looks like that was the blunt force instrument that she was struck in the head with. Um, also, it was said the parents made it seem like, oh, when they got home after their Christmas party, JonBenet had went straight to bed and then get back up. But there was a bowl with milk and pineapples in it that she was supposedly eating, and they claimed that Burke's fingerprints was on the bowl and the spoon or what have you. But they claimed both kids had went straight to bed for the rest of the night and didn't get up, and that the parents was getting packed and getting ready because they were going on a trip to travel somewhere the next day. And then they claimed they went to bed, which is complete BS because Patsy had on the same exact clothes she had from the night before when they went to the Christmas party the next day or what have you. So it was just a lot of discrepancies. You could clearly tell that something went on in that house. It was covered up from the jump. They had one fucking detective. I don't know who remembered this, but I remember seeing an interview with a woman. Okay, it was like a whole kind of documentary thing years and years ago about JonBenet, and she was a detective. They had that one damn detective there with that family and their neighbors and everybody else that they let trample through that house, contaminating the crime scene. Okay, and then when it was finally decided that they're gonna all look around the house for JonBenet to make sure she isn't there, the father went immediately down to the basement by himself, and you just magically the one who know exactly where she at, find her, bring her up, pick her body up, and lay her on the floor or what have you. And that woman, if anybody else seen that video, that woman, she looked like she was so fucking stupid. Her eyes was wide as fuck, almost like she was under mind control. She's like, I know exactly who killed JonBenet. They scrubbed that video off uh, um, online, okay? And that woman has disappeared. I don't know if they killed this woman, if they just silenced her, or the fuck what. Because now they're trying to make it seem like this guy was the lead detective in the JonBenet Ramsey case, but it was a fucking woman. And she was the initial detective that they sent there, or I don't know if she was just a detective. I believe she was a detective, but she could have been an officer. Because for this to be such a high-profile case, they literally sent no police there. They sent one person out there to their house. All the other police and stuff came the fuck later after she was finally found dead in the house, and then they had all these other people come and different things like that. When the woman finally called for backup, went and claimed that they had found the body, it was not a man, it was a woman, and she did a whole interview with someone, and it used to be online on YouTube, but they have scrubbed it, okay? And this woman has disappeared. I haven't seen this person anywhere. I don't know if they killed this person or they just fucking brainwashed her, mind controlled, and silenced her. But I remember that video, and that woman looked spooked. You could see it in her eyes. They also silenced the housekeeper, who said she knew exactly who had did it or what have you. But my spirit guides are telling me, allegedly, it was the father. Okay, because a lot of people are speculating. They're like, okay, Bert did it because he had weird behavior. Because it was said that he used to smear feces and stuff on her, on all of her toys and stuff in her room or whatever, and perhaps he was acting out like that, doing that auditing because out of jealousy, because she was, JonBenet was giving all of this attention, and she was in the pageants and all this other kind of stuff, or what have you, or what have you. But both of them were being abused, young, okay? And my spirit guides tell me that it was the father, John Ramsey, who raped and murdered JonBenet Ramsey. Okay, he was responsible for it. Okay, but we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna run through these other ones real quick and just tell you what happened. It's no coincidence. The reason why I got Natalee Holloway on here as well, because it's no coincidence. After Patsy Ramsey died, it is no coincidence that John Ramsey ended up hooking up with Natalee Holloway's mama. Okay, Natalee Holloway went missing when she was on a school trip, like a senior trip. They traveled somewhere. to some island somewhere or some shit like that, and she, vanished and went missing, or what have you. But if people remember, John Ramsey, okay, hooked up with Natalee Holloway's mom. Like what kind of creepy shit is that? Like, what did y'all do? Bond or, deceased kids, missing kids, and shit like that. But we're gonna get to Natalee in a minute, okay? Allegedly, that's what my spirit guides is telling me about JonBenet Ramsey, okay? And I even asked about Bert. Spirit is saying that Bert was in fact asleep, okay? He was in his room and he was asleep the entire time, because I even asked, was did he see his father do what he did to JonBenet? And Spirit told me no. Also, somebody planted his fingerprints. Like they covered up the entire thing to just kind of make it go away. But if the cookie was to crumble, they were going to put it on Bert and make it seem like Bert. Bert was heavily the fuck on what to say, on what not to say, and every fucking thing. He was heavily fucking coached, if not under fucking mind control. He probably was under mind control, which is another reason he was acting so weird and different shit like that, or what have you. But they planted his fingerprints. Bert's fingerprints wasn't found any, or DNA wasn't found anywhere on JonBenet, her body, around her where she was found, nothing like that. But they found his fingerprints on the bowl of milk and pineapples in the phone that was left in the kitchen on the counter, as well as JonBenet's, okay? But they lied, okay? Because they said, oh, the kids went straight to bed, nobody got up. Somebody made milk and pineapples for that baby, and she was eating that right before she was killed, okay? If they did go straight to damn bed, I firmly believe that when they got home, that John fucking had dope Patsy up with some. She passed the fuck out, had Bert go to fucking bed, and made it seem like JonBenet was going to bed. Then he pulls her out of bed like he wanted to give her some late night snack. And after she's eating that snack, because that was the last content that was found in her stomach. So as a matter of fact, that the milk and the damn pineapples was in her stomach undigested, and that she took right before she died. So she was in that kitchen eating that milk and those damn pineapples. Okay. And then I believe that's when he attacked her. That's when he did the stick twisted ass shit that he did to her. But they have been being abused all their lives, 4 fucking years, and Patsy knew. Okay? She probably was also being abused or whatever, because she was kept the fuck doped up, okay? Like one of those Menendez brothers ass situations, okay? Where the father was abusing the sons the whole goddamn time, and the mother knew she was a fucking alcoholic, though, okay? And a pill popper too, and turned a blind eye because, the wealthy father, taking care of the family, and this thing's in the family as shit, okay? But allegedly, okay? Remember, this is for your entertainment purposes only, okay? But this shit ain't funny, okay? It's not entertaining. That's what my spirit guides is telling me allegedly about JonBenet. It was actually his father, John Ramsey, who bashed her over the head, likely with that damn flashlight that was found. That's why it was white the prints. She also was found with some type of rope type of thing, or like some type of arts and crafts thing wrapped around her neck. Okay, and she was also sexually assaulted. Okay, yeah. So my spirit guides is telling me, but we're gonna go back over it, okay, just to make sure, okay, and I'm gonna let y'all see me do it. But that's what my spirit guides is telling me about JonBenet Ramsey, Madeline McCain, okay. Madeline McCain, her and her family was on vacation when she went missing, okay. Supposedly, Madeline McCain with her other siblings was left in their her hotel room or cottage room, like whatever you call it, while the parents linked up with some other people vacationing at the bar, and they were drinking and having a good time. And during this time, not all of the kids that was in the room, only Madeline McCain came up missing. Okay? Matter of factly, my spirit guides tell me, yes, Madeline McCain was abducted, but Madeline McCain was sold. The parents are in on it. They were in debt to somebody, and they offered Madeline McCain up as compensation to clear whatever debt that they owed to whomever. My spirit guides tell me that Madeline McCain is alive. Not only is she alive, she's in the United States. Not only is she in the United States, but she is with someone, persons who are wealthy and who is in the industry. Okay, so she is amongst wealthy elites in the United States, in the and they are in some type of inner circle within the entertainment industry. Okay, her identity has been changed though, so her hair color, her eye colors, all of that has been changed, which is likely the reason why she hasn't been recognized. Okay, but Madeline McCain is still alive. She's in the United States, and she is being used as a sex slave with whoever she's with. My spirit guides are telling me. Um, but she's with wealthy persons, okay? And these wealthy persons are in the industry, okay? Strong ties within the industry, matter of fact, in the United States, matter of fact. My spirit guides are telling me she's alive, okay? But she was abducted, but she was sold, okay? And the parents is in on it, okay? Summer Wells. My spirit guides tell me that Summer Wells is also still alive. Okay, I told y'all way back when I did the Summer Wells videos that her parents is low down and fucking dirty and slimy and goddamn nasty. Okay, you can clearly see that. Okay, there was a very eerie video out of all the videos that you've seen of her. There was one video of her where she was put outside in the fucking rain. Um, and with no shoes on, okay? And she was standing in front of this barrel type of thing. You know how people have those bonfires and different things, and they have the barrel. That barrel was red, and written on that barrel was for sale. Somebody was out there recording her right next to that. Summer Wells was sold. Okay, she was sold to be sex trafficked into sex slavery. She is still alive, but she was sold. Okay. Casey Anthony or Caylee Anthony. Okay. My spirit guides is telling me that Casey Anthony killed. Casey Anthony killed Caylee Anthony. Okay. And everybody know it. It was covered up. Okay. My spirit guides is telling me that the family was not in on it though, okay? But they know the truth, okay? They do know the truth. That Casey was involved with her daughter's murder, or what have you. Yeah, okay. So both JonBenet Ramsey and Caylee Anthony, we know are deceased. Okay. Like I said, JonBenet was killed by her father, and Caylee Anthony was killed by her mother. Okay. Natalee Holloway. Everybody is in on this. Okay. Everybody knows exactly what happened to Natalee Holloway, including her parents. Okay. Including the other students, the other peers of hers, and everybody that was around. Natalee Holloway was set up before they even went on that trip. Okay, she was kidnapped, she was abducted, she was sold into sex slavery. Okay, she was sex trafficked. My spirit guides are telling me she's in Russia. Okay, the Russians have her. She is alive. Natalee Holloway, Summer Wells, and Madeline McCain are still alive, okay? Natalee Holloway, my spirit guides are telling me she's in Russia, allegedly. Summer Wells, I'm not really sure who's got her, where she's at, but I do know she was sold and she's being trafficked, okay? So she's obviously being used as a sex slave by whoever's got her, okay? Madeline McCain, my spirit guides are telling me is in the United States. With wealthy persons that's either in the industry or amongst persons in the industry. I know they're wealthy, okay? And there's some connection to the industry, and I know that her identity has been changed, which is the reason why persons may not be able to, readily identify her or recognize her or what have you. My spirit guides, it's like they're being used as sex slaves, okay? They were abducted for those purposes, okay? But the fucked up thing about it is, from Madeline McCain's parents, Summer Wells' parents, and even Natalee Holloway's parents, they all know exactly what happened to them, okay? And that they were trafficked. They were fucking sold, okay? So we're gonna break this thing down, y'all, okay? This is what Spirit is telling me, okay? Like I said, for legal purposes, I have to say that this is for your entertainment purposes only. Okay, I have to say that these messages are allegedly according to the information that has been given to me. by my spirit guys, okay? I may end up doing another one later, okay? Because but the other ones, like there are several people in one situation that went missing that I'm going to look into, guys, okay? So let's break the situation down, okay? We are going to start with JonBenet Ramsey, guys, okay? Okay, guys, so we have here JonBenet Ramsey, guys, okay? She was born on August 6th of 1990, okay? And she died on December 26th of 1996, okay? She was born in Atlanta, Georgia. However, she died in Boulder, Colorado. JonBenet Ramsey was 6 years old when she was reported missing from her home in the 700 block of 15th Street on December 26th of 1996. Tragically, she was later found dead in that house, and an autopsy revealed the cause of her death as strangulation. Okay, strangulation is what ultimately killed her, okay? But she is said to have had a gash in her head where she had to have been hit with a blunt force object. There was also some type of rope type of thing that you use for arts and crafts or something that was wrapped around her neck. That's what ultimately killed her. But her underwear was also down, and she was said to have been sexually assaulted with a paintbrush and whatever else, guys, okay? But it was the strangulation that ultimately killed her, guys, okay? Yeah. So we are going to, real quick, guys, let's see. Let's change this up so you can see it. Hopefully y'all can see that good, okay, guys? So I'm going to be using a spirit board, okay, which I've showed you all plenty of times before. You see if it rocks forwards and backwards, it's a yes. If it rocks left to no, it is a no, guys, okay? Archangels, guardian angels, divine spirit, universe, I come in peace, I come in love, I come in light. Most High God, divine ancestors, Holy Spirit, universe, please give me clear and accurate messages as it relates to JonBenet Ramsey, who died when she was 6 years old in Boulder, Colorado. Do I have a divine angelic being here with me today? Do I have a divine angelic being here with me today? Yes. It's today, September the 2nd, 2025, here on Earth. Yes. Is today Monday? Is today day of the week Monday? As you can see, it's rocking no. That's because today is Tuesday, guys, okay? Spirit, do I have permission to cover the case of JonBenet Ramsey on today to get the truth and the clarity out about what happened to her? Yes. Will you tell me the truth as it relates to JonBenet Ramsey? Yes. Thank you, Spirit. So we're ready, guys, okay? Spirit, let's see, what do I want to ask first? So let's just get this out of the way. Spirit, did Burt Ramsey have anything to do with his sister's death? Did Burt Ramsey have anything to do with JonBenet Ramsey's death? Did Burt Ramsey have anything to do with JonBenet Ramsey's death? That is a no. Was Bert Ramsey asleep at the time that his sister JonBenet Ramsey was being attacked and murdered? Was Bert Ramsey asleep at the time that his sister was being attacked and murdered? That is a yes. Was Patsy Ramsey awake and aware at the time that JonBenet Ramsey was being attacked and murdered? Was Patsy Ramsey awake and aware when JonBenet Ramsey was being attacked and murdered? No. So both Bert Ramsey and Patsy Ramsey were asleep at the time of JonBenet's murder. Yes. Did JonBenet Ramsey ever go to bed that night? Did she ever go to bed that night? No. Did John Ramsey make the bowl of milk and pineapples for JonBenet Ramsey? Did John Ramsey make the bowl of milk and pineapples for JonBenet? Yes. Was John Ramsey responsible for the rape and the murder of JonBenet Ramsey? Was John Ramsey responsible for the attack, the sexual assault on JonBenet Ramsey? Yes. Were there any other persons that assisted him or helped him? Were there any other persons in the house that night that assisted him or helped him assault JonBenet Ramsey? No. Was JonBenet Ramsey a blood sacrifice? Was JonBenet Ramsey a blood sacrifice? Yes. Did John Ramsey do this to his daughter to get some type of higher position, title, or role, ranking, monies, or what? Yes. Do the satanic powers that be know of what John Ramsey did? Yes. Did the satanic powers that be pressure John Ramsey to do what he did to his daughter? Yes. Was there a snuff film that was recorded of the assault and murder of JonBenet Ramsey? Was there a snuff film that was recorded for the elites to watch of what was done to JonBenet Ramsey? Yes. Does John Ramsey still have that snuff film? Did John Ramsey have that recording? No. Did he give it to a wealthy elite person? Did he give the snuff film to a wealthy elite person? Yes. Did John Ramsey hit JonBenet Ramsey in the head with a flashlight? Did he hit her in the head with a flashlight? Yes. Did he penetrate him or penetrate JonBenet Ramsey? Did John Ramsey penetrate JonBenet Ramsey? Yes. Was it with more than just the paintbrush? Was it with more than just the paintbrush? Yes. And he strangled her with the rope around her neck? Yes. Did John Ramsey force his actual himself, on JonBenet? Yes. And he recorded himself doing this for the satanic powers that be? Yes. Was there some type of satanic ritual that was done that night in the process of the assault and murder of JonBenet Ramsey? Was there a satanic ritual that was done? Was there some type of satanic ritual that was done? Yes. Spirit, over the years of JonBenet, let me stop it for a minute. Spirit, over the years of JonBenet Ramsey's and Burt Ramsey's life, were they both being sexually abused by their father? Were both JonBenet Ramsey and Burt Ramsey being sexually abused by their father? Yes. Did their mother, Patsy Ramsey, know that her husband, John Ramsey, was sexually abusing JonBenet Ramsey and Burt Ramsey? Yes. Did John Ramsey allow his rich friends or other elite persons to molest or rape JonBenet Ramsey or Burt Ramsey? Yes. Did he allow this for wealth? Yes. Thank you, Spirit. So that's the situation with JonBenet Ramsey, guys. Okay? Yeah, that's the situation with JonBenet Ramsey. And we are going to go on to our next case. We have here Madeline McCain, guys. Okay, so this is how Madeline McCain looked when she went missing. Okay, Madeline McCain. The disappearance of Madeline McCain occurred on May 3rd of 2007 when the 3-year-old, she was 3 years old at the time, actually, okay? The 3-year-old British girl vanished from her holiday room or apartment in a, Praia, whatever that's called, in Portugal, okay? While her parents dined nearby at a bar or grill or type of place, okay? The case remains unsolved to this day, though German authorities have named someone by the name of Christian Buchner, a convicted sex offender, as their primary suspect in their suspected murder. The investigation has involved extensive searches, witness interviews, and DNA analysis, with British police continuing to treat it as a missing persons case while German police focus on Buchner. Okay? Okay, guys. Archangels, guardian angels, divine spirit, universe, I come in peace, I come in love, I come in light. Most High God, divine ancestors, Holy Spirit, universe, please give me clear and accurate messages as it relates to Madeline McCain. Spirit, is this Christian Buchner person, does he have anything to do with Madeline McCain's disappearance? Does someone by the name of Christian Buchner have anything to do with the disappearance of Madeline McCain? Does a man by the name of Christian Buchner, hold on, guys, hold on. I forgot to change it so y'all can see the thing better, okay? Sorry, Spirit. Does a man by the name of Christian Buchner have anything to do with the disappearance of Madeline McCain? Does Christian Buchner have anything to do with the disappearance of Madeline McCain? That is a no, guys. Spirit, does Madeline McCain's parents know exactly what happened to her? Do Madeline McCain's parents know exactly what happened to her? Does Madeline McCain's parents know exactly what happened to her? Yes. Does Madeline McCain's parents have any involvement with her disappearance? Yes. Was Madeline McCain sold into sex slavery? Was Madeline McCain sold into sex slavery? Yes. Was Madeline McCain trafficked, sex trafficked? Yes. Does Madeline McCain's parents know who the abductor is that took Madeline McCain? Are they familiar with the person? Did they see the person, have conversation with the person? Yes. Does Madeline McCain's parents know that it was going to happen on that day, that Madeline McCain was going to go missing on that day? Yes. Did Madeline McCain's parents leave her in the room by herself on purpose and leave the door unlocked so that it would be easy to obtain Madeline McCain? Yes. Did Madeline McCain's parents have some type of debt of some kind and they offered their daughter up as compensation? Yes. So they essentially sold their daughter to pay off a debt. Yes. Were they forced to do this by higher ups, the powers that be, secret societies, or anything like that? Were they forced to give up Madeline McCain to clear a debt that they had? Yes. Was Madeline McCain like a sacrifice for them? Was Madeline McCain a sacrifice for her parents? Yes. Spirit, is Madeline McCain alive? Is Madeline McCain alive? Yes. Is she still in the same country she was in that she went missing? Is she still in the same place that she was in when she went missing? Is Madeline McCain in Portugal? No. Is Madeline McCain in the United States, Spirit? Is Madeline McCain in the United States? Hold on, guys. My hand slipped for just a minute. Let me get that right. You don't know, I like it when this thing is still and then it gives me an answer, okay? Spirit, let me ask that question again. Is Madeline McCain in the United States? Is Madeline McCain in the United States? Yes. Has Madeline McCain been sex trafficked? Yes. She was sold into sex slavery? Yes. So she's currently alive and she's being used as a sex slave? Yes. Is she amongst wealthy elite individuals? Yes. Is she amongst wealthy elite individuals that's in the industry, entertainment industry? Yes. Is Madeline McCain being used as a presidential model? Or what's called a presidential model? Yes. Is she standing with a wealthy elite family? Yes. And she's currently in the United States? Yes. Has our identity been changed, Spirit? Yes. Does Madeline McCain now have black hair? Does Madeline McCain now have black hair? Does Madeline McCain have black hair? No. Does she have brunette hair? Does Madeline McCain have brunette hair? No. Does Madeline McCain have red hair? Does Madeline McCain have red hair? She was changed to a redhead. Yes. And Madeline McCain, if you look at her eyes, she has very distinctive eyes. She actually has 2 different color eyes, guys, okay? So I think like one was like green and one is blue or something like that. So she had very pretty distinctive eyes or what have you. But her identity has been changed, okay? So her hair color is now red, Spirit is saying, okay? Um, and I'm not implementing the president in what I just asked about a presidential model. A presidential model is like a higher class escort. Okay, it's still someone who is abused. It's used like a sex slave, like a it's like a higher end prostitute. Okay, like you have like your what's called, and I don't want to say this using this baby term, but like for adults who are who are pro elite status escorts, pro whores, okay? Which basically means all of their clientele are very wealthy people, okay? You have that level, and then you have the level above that, which is what is called something like what is called a presidential model, okay? Which means this is a higher class um, sex worker who can service, who the powers that be know is clean, quote unquote, and who can service politicians, presidents, celebrities, anybody of higher ranking who is very, very, very wealthy. Okay, that's basically what a presidential model means. Okay. It doesn't mean that I'm implicating the president, the current sitting president, or or what have you, because like I said, she went missing in 2007. So when exactly she got, I mean, I could ask to find out when exactly she got to the United States, and from there we can ping to see who was in office then and who was what or what. But she's with a wealthy elite family that's in the industry, that's in the entertainment industry. Spirit is telling you, okay. I just wanted to break down to you all what a presidential model means, okay? So, because some people take your words and run with it and be like, oh my gosh, she said the president got, that's not like I said. She's being used as a presidential model. So she's very, or what's called a presidential model, okay? Or, something like, if those of you that's in the know what the order of the rose is, okay? And different things like that, okay? It's basically very high elite escort service that service nothing but the richest persons in the world, okay? For both the men and the women that's very wealthy, okay? And it's just called that, okay? Okay. Where was I at? Spirit, has Madeline McKean's eye color been changed? Has her eye color been changed? Does she have brown eyes? Spirit, does she have brown eyes? Does Madeline McKean have, oh, that was a yes on her eye color has been changed, guys. Does Madeline McKean have brown eyes? Does she have green eyes? Does she have green eyes, Spirit? No. No on brown eyes, no on green eyes. Does she have blue eyes? Does she have blue eyes, Spirit? Can you give me a clear answer, please? Does she have blue eyes? She has blue eyes and red hair. Is her hair cut short, like bob-like length, like shoulder length? Is her hair shoulder length? Yes. Okay, so she has shoulder length hair that has been dyed red, and she has blue eyes. Okay, guys, is that what it's called? Yeah, blue eyes. Okay, guys. So, Spirit is saying that Madeline McKean is alive. She's in the United States, and she's amongst some wealthy elite people who's in the industry, and she's being used as a sex slave, a very high-ranking sex slave that only service very wealthy, elite individuals, guys. Okay. So, on to our next case, guys. And again, this is for your entertainment purposes only. I have to keep saying that. All this information that I'm giving you is allegedly according to the information that is being given to me by my spirit guides, guys. Okay. So, our next case. Summer Wells. Okay. Archangels, guardian angels, divine spirit, universe, I come in peace, I come in love, I come in light. Most High God, divine ancestors, Holy Spirit, universe, please give me clear and accurate messages as it relates to Summer Wells. Oh my God, I gotta change this for you. There you go. Spirit, is Summer Wells alive? Is Summer Wells alive? Sorry guys, hold on, let me do that again. Sometimes when spirit is giving me, because it's energy guys, sometimes when spirit is giving me an answer, it'll jerk like when it's trying to give an answer, and sometimes it'll do it so hard it'll make the chain be about to fall, like I'll drop it sometimes. Okay, so when it jerks like that, I try to get it back still, so you can see that it's an answer coming from spirit and not coming from me. Okay, so I'm going to rephrase spirit. Is Summer Wells alive? Is Summer Wells currently alive? Is she alive? Spirit? Yes. Spirit, is Summer Wells' parents involved in her disappearance? Is Summer Wells' parents involved in her disappearance? Yes. Do Summer Wells' parents know exactly what happened to her on the day that she went missing? Yes. Was Summer Wells sold? Was Summer Wells sold for money? Yes. Was Summer Wells' parents auctioning her off before she went missing? Was Summer Wells were Summer Wells' parents auctioning her off or putting her on display for sale before leading up to her disappearance? Yes. Was Summer Wells being abused in her household before she went missing? Yes. Does anybody else know that Summer Wells was abducted, like the church that they went to? Do the people in the church know of what really happened to Summer Wells? No. Does the grandmother know what happened to Summer Wells? Does the grandmother know what happened to Summer Wells? Yes. Did Summer Wells' parents get paid some type of compensation for selling her? Yes. Was Summer Wells taken on the day that her parents or her mom took her out to the lake? Was that the day that she was taken? Ooh. It shook real hard, guys. Hold on just a minute. Spirit. The day that Summer Wells' mother took her out to the lake, was that the day that she was taken? The day that Summer Wells' mother took her out to the lake, was that the day that she was taken? Yes. Did somebody meet them out at the lake to pick her up, to take her, and give her mom money? Yes. Is the other young boy that was with them that day, did he see what went on? Does he know what really happened? Did he see what went on? The other young man that was with them out at the lake, did he see what happened or what went on that day? It's shaking, guys. It's trying to give me an answer. Hold on. The other young man that was with Summer Wells and her mom on the day that they went to the lake, the day of her disappearance, did he see what went on? Did he see what happened? Yes. Was the mother familiar with the kidnapper? Was the mother familiar with the person that came and picked up Summer Wells? Was the mother familiar with the person that picked up Summer Wells? It's trying to give me an answer, guys. It's shaking. Was the mother familiar with the kidnapper that came and picked up Summer Wells? No? Is that a no, Spirit? No. Has the mother talked to this person on the phone? Did the mother talk to this person on the phone? And they decided a place to meet up? Yes. But she wasn't familiar with who the person was? Did she know the person in advance? Did she know the person in advance? No. Okay, so Spirit is saying that on the day that Summer Wells and her mom and the little young guy that was like the friend of the family or whatever went out to the lake, um, the mother has spoke to somebody. They have been trying to auction her off, like sell her for money. Okay. We know that they were into some crazy shit under some influences and some more shit or what have you. They basically wanted money for her. Okay. They literally was putting that baby on display, like literally for sale. It couldn't have gotten any more clear than that. Okay. It couldn't have gotten any more clear than the video that they kept on. The news even kept running that same video of her. And Summer Wells is out there barefoot, okay, looking like she's in raggedy clothes out there in the freaking rain, no shoes on, standing in front of that barrel that has for sale on it. It couldn't have gotten any more clear than that. Okay. Spirit, was the grandmother with the mother and the young boy on the day that Summer Wells was taken? Was the grandmother with them on the day that Summer Wells was taken? Was the grandmother with them on the day that Summer Wells was taken? No. Did Summer Wells' mother just force her to go with the stranger? Did Summer Wells' mother just force her to go with the stranger? Yes. Did Summer Wells cry? Did Summer Wells cry when she left with the stranger? Yes. And the person that took her gave the mother's money the same day? Did he give her money in cash for taking Summer? Yes. Did Summer Wells' father know that it was gonna excuse me. Oh. Did Summer Wells' father know that she was going to be taken that day, that she was going to be sold? Did Summer Wells' father know that she was going to be sold on that day? Yes. Has Summer Wells been sold into sex slavery, Spirit? Yes. Has Summer Wells been trafficked, Spirit? Yes. Summer Wells is still alive, Spirit? Is Summer Wells still alive? Yes. Is she with some lower level sex traffickers? Is Summer Wells with some lower level sex traffickers? Is she with some lower level type of sex traffickers? Is Summer Wells with some lower level sex traffickers? It's shaking, guys. It's trying to give me an answer. Is she with some lower level sex traffickers, Spirit? No. Are these professional sex traffickers? Are these professional sex traffickers, Spirit? Yes. Are these professional sex traffickers that traffic for the wealthy elites? Yes. So is Summer Wells amongst someone who is wealthy? Is she with someone who is wealthy, Spirit? Yes. Is she being kept in hiding, Spirit? Is Summer Wells being kept in hiding somewhere? Yes. Is Summer Wells still in the United States, Spirit? Is she still in the United States? Is Summer Wells still in the United States? Yes. She's still in the United States and she's with wealthy persons. Yes. And she's being used as a sex slave? Yes. Spirit, were the police and authorities involved in a cover-up of this crime? Was the police and authorities involved in a cover-up of this crime pertaining to Summer Wells? Did the police and authorities know what really happened and covered it up? Did the police and authorities know what really happened and covered it up? Can you give me a clearer answer, Spirit? Yes. Police and authorities, they know what really happened and they covered it up. So these high-profile cases like this, they'll put on a whole spectacle. It'll air all over on every news station, national news, like all kinds of places. It'll air everywhere, okay? And then, you know, that'll go on for a little while. It'll be a big spectacle. It'll act like it's a big search going on and, you know, interviews going on and all this other kind of stuff. And then, you know, gradually it's not being talked about anymore, okay? That's a cover-up. That's a cover-up. Everybody playing their role. They know. And another thing is, when these things happen, especially with kids, y'all pay attention. From the commercials that you see, from the news that you see, movies that you see, everything, okay? When Summer Wells went missing, they had this eerie fucking commercial. I don't know what that commercial was for, but that commercial was so damn dark and demonic. And like it was people that was dancing around and shit, and they were showing this well. There's even movies where I've seen where, like, just like on The Ring. Remember the movie The Ring? Remember how that girl's mother, the one that's hunting them, the girl's mother had threw her in that well and shit like that, or what have you. So it's like really eerie thing, okay? And her name is Summer Wells, okay? So, but and so it was this really eerie commercial that I seen during the time that this was going on, okay? Also, y'all pay attention even to music when these things be going on, y'all, okay? Just like Kanika Jenkins, there was whole songs and shit, rap groups, they was rapping about her and what happened to her, okay? These celebrities, you think they just some type of fucking gurus and you know, they just see all and know all and hit you. This ain't no predictive ass shit. The only reason why they're able to predict any fucking thing is because it was planned a fucking ahead of time and they know what the fuck is going on, when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, the day it's going to happen. And so it's all other kind of shit, subliminal shit that is put into place and is put right in people's faces. And most people that's brainwashed and dumbed down under mind control, they have no idea these things are going on. Okay? Like, no bullshit. Okay? But yeah. So Spirit is telling me Summer Wells was sold. Okay? And she was being abused, like, you know, their living conditions wasn't great for her anyway. Or what have you, how they was living and different things, and she was already being abused, and you could clearly tell she was, you know, to some degree being neglected or what have you, but she was literally being put on display. Like they were trying to sell her for money so they can get fucking drugs and alcohol and every damn thing else that they're fucking involved in. Okay? Not to mention, you know, get this, you know, passes, you know, with their run-ins with the law and different shit, you know, to, you know, magically go away and all this other kind of shit. They pimped out their damn child, their own damn child. Okay? But just like Madeline McCain, Spirit is saying, telling me that Summer Wells is alive. Okay. Hold on, just So Madeline McCain and Summer Wells are still alive. They were both basically, their parents are in on this. Okay, they know exactly what happened to them. Madeline McCain, her parents basically was like they got some type of ties and some type of secret societies and shit, and basically they was in debt in some type of way, and basically kind of forced to give up Madeline McCain to clear that debt, whatever debt that they were in. Summer Wells' parents straight up sold her. Okay, straight up sold her for drugs, for alcohol, for whatever the hell they wanted to use the money for, or what have you guys. Okay, both of them were trafficked. Okay, and I've told you all this before. Y'all pay very close attention when this should be happening. These kids be coming up missing or whatever. Especially like crime happen every single day. Okay, but not all crime make it to the news, if you notice. Okay, all these cases that end up being high profile cases and different things like that. Okay, even the cases where a person has been arrested, they go to court. There's the cameras is in the court. There's a whole spectrum. All this kind of shit. The powers that be got their hands in the shit. It's a whole fucking dramatization. It's a whole setup. Okay, everything that is going on. Okay, and every last one of these cases were high profile cases. Okay, even a lot of other freaking cases that has gone on. Okay, the Menendez brothers, Amanda Knox, all of those are high profile cases. Okay, that the satanic powers that be were involved in. Okay, yeah, so that's what's going on with this situation, guys. Okay, so on to our real quick, on to our next case, guys. Hold on just a minute. Let's pull this down. Okay. Okay, guys, so this is Casey Anthony. This is so eerie to me because Casey Anthony looked eerily similar to Madeline McCain, didn't she? They look like they literally could have been sisters, to me anyway. Okay, guys, so as for Casey Anthony, like I said, or excuse me, this is Caylee Anthony. Her mother is Casey Anthony. Okay. And again, this is allegedly, guys. Okay. So the death of Caylee Anthony, guys. Okay. She was a 2-year-old American toddler who died in 2008. With her skeletal remains found in a wooded area near her home. Her mother, Casey Anthony, was charged with her murder, but the cause of death was officially listed as homicide by undetermined means by the medical examiner. The prosecution alleged Casey murdered Caylee to be free from parental responsibilities, while the defense suggested an accidental drowning. Casey Anthony was ultimately found not guilty of murder and related charges, but was convicted of lying to law enforcement. Okay, like she had lied from working at but you knew the powers that be was all over this shit. Okay, you had the Disney themed programming. Okay, she's claimed that she worked at Universal Studios, even had the police follow her there, and she didn't. Okay, she came up with the story Zanny the damn nanny. Okay, it never fucking existed. Okay. She was doing all kind of hoish ass bullshit all these days when her daughter was missing, getting tattoos, fucking with men, fucking with women, and all this other, wild, outrageous shit that she was doing. Okay, she came up with a whole dramatization. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm so traumatized. It's part of her defense. Daddy raped her and shit like that. So this is the reason why she was a habitual liar. She learned to lie, and all of a sudden it had nothing to do with her child. Okay, and it wasn't conveniently ever said until she was the fuck in trouble. What have you. Her dad is like an ex-police officer and different things like that, so obviously has ties to the government, all this other kind of shit like that, or what have you. It was a big spectacle. It was a big spectacle. This baby was found wrapped in like this Disney themed type of blanket thing. Okay. It was also even found that on the home's computer, that like chloroform or foam or whatever it's called had been researched, basically something to knock her out with or what have you. It felt like, decayed, rotten body in her trunk, and that they tried to cover up and say, oh, it was just her taking out the trash. She had trash in her trunk or what have you. All kinds of shit, y'all. Okay. Come to find out, and come to find out, the baby was not that far from home. Okay, found in this field or what have you, which is really stupid because she really could have been found sooner, because it was a person that was out there doing like maybe some type of landscaping or whatever kind of work that they were doing out there, and he seen this strange bag or what have you, and he called and reported it or what have you, and they never did send anybody out to go and search the area or anything like that. And so he ended up having to go back at a later time, or what have you. And he seen it again, and he called again, and finally sent some people out there. And sure, lo and behold, it was actually Caylee Anthony's body. But this was like a really eerie case, because even there was a bounty hunter, I forget his name, that ended up getting Casey Anthony out on bail. Okay. And she went home. Okay. And the time that she went home, she wasn't a bit worried about Caylee or anything. She was acting like she's a very strange ass fucking chick, man. Okay. But it was interesting because during that time while she was at home, and the bounty hunter, from what I understand, what I've seen on something before, he did it thinking, okay, when she gets out on bail, she's going to go home, she's going to spill her guts, she's going to tell the truth about what happened or what have you. But it was very eerie because that entire time when she was out on bail and when she went home, somebody kept delivering pizzas. Okay, if you know what pizza mean. It's basically a term that's used for, because the how the vagina is shaped or what have you. It's basically a term that is used by predators for little girls. Okay. But somebody kept having these pizzas delivered to their house or whatever. I found that to be really, really freaking strange or what have you. And at first I thought too, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? She fast, hot in the ass and some more shit or whatever. She even had lied about who her baby daddy was and different shit like that. She probably really didn't know because, the lifestyle that she lived and different things like that or what have you. She clearly did not want to settle down and be a mother or what have you. But it was just a lot of eerie things, a lot of strange things that went on with that. And I'm like, either, and it being a high profile case and everything, I'm like, something is going on here. Something is being covered up and different shit like that or what have you. And so I'm like, something's going on. If this baby was either a sacrifice, and was sold out to somebody in the satanic powers that be, they allowed to do whatever to her, and maybe she died in some type of satanic ritual ass shit or something like that, or she actually did something to this child herself just so she could be free of her and go out and party and kick it and do whatever the fuck she wanted to do. Okay, but you could tell how she was. Okay, because from the moment she was like on trial, all of a sudden, it got to the point where her father became suicidal because she went in here and her defense was, oh my gosh, yeah, daddy was raping me growing up, and he probably was touching Caylee too, and this is when I started lying and learning to cope and all this other bullshit or what have you. And then like nobody even paid attention, okay, but she was literally fucking her lawyer. Okay. And I don't know if this was part of the deal or whatever, but she was fucking her lawyer throughout the time that this case was going on. Okay. And she was ended up being with him for a little while. I think even after the case, or by the time the case was over, she got off. I think she was fucking with him for a little while. Like they ended up fucking, but they just tag team partners because she ended up fucking with his brother not long after that. So I'm like, this some real hoes ass shit. I'm like, was this a part of the deal, bitch, to get you off or what? Okay. But and I seen something came up not that long ago with her. Like she, really kind of tried to be MIA for a little while, but she like resurfaced back online and different shit like that or whatever, like trying to reinvent herself and some shit like that or what have you. But everybody clearly knows, that this woman is involved with what happened to her child and different things like that. But because of double jeopardy, she could never be tried for this ever the fuck again. But so this is just for your entertainment purposes only, guys. Okay, this is allegedly, according to the information that's given to me by my spirit, guys. Okay, this is for the sake of just us seeing about this situation. Okay, because double jeopardy applies here. Okay, even with us finding out the truth and knowing the truth, she can never be retried for the same crime again. Okay, especially like if it was a mistrial, then she could. Okay, but she was found not guilty. So she can't be tried for the same crime again. Like you can't be tried for the same crime twice or what have you. And it's called double jeopardy. But I believe this was like a part of the fucking beast system's plots. Only thing they did, like they clearly determined that your child died, okay, and that and originally it was like, yeah, murder, she was murdered or what have you, especially with all the evidence. She was lying to the police, just lying her ass off about shit she didn't even have to lie about, okay? Finding the searches on the computers about chloroform and all this other kind of shit that would have knocked the child out and shit like that or what have you. She clearly murdered this child, okay? But then they went in the system and they were like, oh, well, we can't determine if this is an accident. And, she just, because this was an accident, she just covered it up because she thought she would get in trouble. That's still manslaughter, bitch. That's still tampering with a fucking body and evidence, bitch. Even if the girl had freaking stumbled outside and hopped in the pole, playing around and accidentally the fuck drowned. You can't then, instead of you calling the fuck for help, you just decide to take the child, wrap them up, and go and throw them in a fucking field, bitch. You have tampered with evidence, and this is still the fuck like it's abuse of a corpse. I don't give a damn what you call it. It's still a crime. Surrounded by murder. Okay? Like, even if they wanted to take the murder off and be like, oh, yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we know that she died, but it's possible she could have died of drowning because I think they maybe found water or something in her lungs or something like that or what have you, which means that she was alive when she was submerged in some type of fucking water. What I believe is that the chloroform was put on a towel, put over her damn face, her mouth, to knock her out. But even when a person is knocked out, they're still alive, they're still breathing, they're just passed out, okay? And then you decide to dunk her in a pool, put her in a pool and let her fucking drown. That's how the water got in her lungs, because she was still fucking breathing, okay? So you knocked her out with something and then you fucking drowned her, and then you pulled her out the goddamn pool, wrapped her up in a Disney fucking blanket, and went and fucking threw her in a damn field, okay? This was a sacrifice, period, okay? They know it. They covered it the fuck up, okay? But anyway, so this is just for the sake of seeing, okay? What's going on here? Spirit, was Caylee Anthony murdered? Was 2-year-old Caylee Anthony murdered, Spirit? Was Caylee Anthony murdered, Spirit? Was Caylee Anthony murdered, Spirit? 2-year-old Caylee Anthony in 2028. Was she murdered? Yes. Was her mother, Casey Anthony, responsible for murdering Caylee Anthony? Yes. Did Caylee Anthony's grandparents know what happened to her? Does the grandparents know what happened to her? Were they involved in any type of way? The grandparents wasn't involved. Does the grandparents know the truth that Casey Anthony murdered her daughter, Caylee? Does the parents know the truth that Casey Anthony murdered their granddaughter, Caylee? Yes. So the parents knows the truth that Casey Anthony murdered Caylee Anthony, okay? But they didn't have any involvement in it, okay? Did the parents cover up for Casey Anthony? Did the parents cover up the fact that Casey had murdered Caylee? Yes. Did Casey Anthony's father ever sexually abuse her? Did Casey Anthony's father ever sexually abuse her growing up in her childhood? No. Was that just used as some type of defense mechanism in her case? Was that just used as some type of defense mechanism in her case? Yes. Was the grandmother or grandfather home on the day that Casey Anthony murdered Caylee Anthony? Were the grandparents home on the day that Casey Anthony murdered Caylee Anthony's parents? No. Okay. Spirit, did Casey Anthony knock Caylee Anthony out with something like chloroform? Did she do something to make her pass out? Yes. Did Casey Anthony then drown Caylee Anthony? Did she drown her? Yes. Did Casey Anthony wrap Caylee Anthony in the blanket and put her in the trunk? Yes. Did Casey Anthony throw the body of Caylee Anthony in the field not far from her house? Yes. Is there anybody else who is aware of what Casey Anthony did? Is there anybody else who's aware of what Casey Anthony did? No. So that's that, guys. Okay? That's that. Caylee Anthony was murdered, okay? So basically, Casey Anthony got away with murder, okay? And the powers that be is to fuck in on it, and they know it. They covered it up. They covered it up because the father has ties to the fucking government. He's probably a damn Mason or some shit too, okay? So they covered it up. She ended up, I feel like she spent like a year or something, maybe a year, maybe 2 years in jail or what have you. But there was some other type of charges, like there was like somebody that she had been stole something or something like that, and they charged her for that, like some type of theft or some type of fraud, something or something like that, or what have you that she had did, and they made those charges stick or something like that, or what have you. So she spent like a year or two in jail or something like that, or what have you. But she murdered her child. Okay. She got away with murder on purpose, okay? And it was just because of the simple fact that I really feel like it was just because of the simple fact that her family had ties to either some type of secret society or what have you, okay? But like the programming all around this shit was like everywhere, okay? I feel like even Casey Anthony probably, was under some type of mind control or some type of shit like that or what have you. Which is where all the Disney programming and shit comes from, okay? But yeah, that's what's going on, guys, okay? As it relates to that situation, that case, allegedly. On to our next case, guys. This is Natalee Holloway, guys. Okay? This is Natalee Holloway, and as I told you all, don't y'all find it eerie that all of these persons are blonde hair and blue eyes, okay? Which, like I said, that's what the powers that be like, okay? That's what's highly sought after amongst them, okay? So, in the disappearance of Natalee Holloway, on 2020 or 2005, guys, she vanished. And you notice, like, all of these happened, like, what, in the 2000s? Except for JonBenet Ramsey. JonBenet was in 1996, okay? But all the rest of these was in 2000, okay? The 2000s, 2007, 2008, this is 2005, okay? The disappearance of Natalee Holloway, okay, was the 2005 vanishing of an 18-year-old American high school graduate from Aruba, which became an international media sensation. The prime suspect, Joran van der Sloot, confessed to her murder in 2023, admitting he attacked her on a beach after she rejected his sexual advances. Holloway's remains were never found, and the case was closed after Van der Sloot's confession. which came as part of a plea deal for extortion and wire fraud charges related to the case. Okay, so the key details in this case, okay, Natalee Holloway, who was an 18-year-old young woman, okay, when May 30th of 2005, where Aruba, which is a Caribbean island, okay, I don't know what type of damn school she went to, okay, but I ain't never heard of nobody's senior trip being to no another damn island outside the United States, which obviously they was doing it big like that then, okay. What happened? Holloway disappeared after a night out with friends. She was last seen leaving a nightclub with Joran van der Sloot and two others. Investigation. The case garnered significant media attention, and Van der Sloot was the prime suspect. He made conflicting statements over the years, but eventually confessed to her murder in 2023. Resolution. Van der Sloot's confession brought the case to a close after 18 years. He was serving a prison sentence in Peru for another murder at the time of his confession. He is a patsy. Okay. My spirit guides tell me that he had involvement with like luring her away, and things like that. But she's not dead. He gave her over to somebody. She was sold. Okay. The confession. In October of 2023, Van der Sloot confessed to killing Holloway in a statement to his lawyer. He's a patsy. The only reason why they had him to do that is so that people will stop looking for Natalee Holloway, because she's still alive and she's being used as a sex slave. She was trafficked, okay? Which she can't be found in the United States or even any other, well, she can be found in other countries or whatever, because my spirit guide is telling me she's in Russia. Russians have her, okay? She's being used as a sex slave in Russia, okay? So he described brutally attacking her on a beach after she rejected his sexual advances. The confession was part of a plea deal for federal charges of extortion and wire fraud, where he had attempted to sell information about Holloway's whereabouts to her family for $250,000, okay? So he was a hustler. He was all about the money, okay? But he sold her. He sold her. Okay? So let's look into this real quick, guys, okay? Let's see, what was his name? Okay. Archangels, guardian angels, divine spirit, universe, please give me clear and accurate messages as it relates to Natalee Holloway, who was 18 years old at the time that she went missing from Aruba. Okay. Spirit, was Joran van der Sloot involved in her disappearance? Was Joran van der Sloot involved in her disappearance? Yes. Did Joran van der Sloot kill Natalee Holloway? Did he kill her? Did he kill Natalee Holloway? No. So like I said, he is involved. She was seen leaving with him from the nightclub, highly intoxicated. I do even believe, we're going to find out, but I do even believe that he may have even sexually assaulted her before he gave her over to whomever, but he sold her. He's a money dude. He was all about the money. He sold her. He did not kill her. Okay? Spirit, did Joran van der Sloot rape Natalee Holloway on the night that she was seen leaving with him from the nightclub? Yes. Did Joran van der Sloot sell Natalee Holloway to someone else? Did he sell Natalee Holloway to someone else? Yes. Is Natalee Holloway alive, Spirit? Is Natalee Holloway alive? Yes. Is Natalee Holloway still in Aruba? Is Natalee Holloway still in Aruba? No. Is Natalee Holloway in the United States, Spirit? No. Is Natalee Holloway in Russia? Is Natalee Holloway in Russia, Spirit? Yes. So Russians have Natalee Holloway spirit. Yes. Natalee Holloway was sex trafficked spirit. Yes. Is Natalee Holloway being used as a sex slave spirit? Yes. Does Natalee Holloway's parents know exactly what happened to her? Yes. Is Natalee Holloway's parents involved in her disappearance? Yes. Did Natalee Holloway's parents receive some type of compensation for their daughter? Did Natalee Holloway's parents receive some type of compensation for her disappearance? Yes. Okay. Um, yeah. So Spirit is saying Natalee Holloway is alive, guys. Okay. And she was trafficked. She was sold. Okay. And she was trafficked to, I don't know how long it took. I'm not sure, the time frame as to how fast, she, got there or what have you. But it's according to like where she is now is Russia. Okay. I don't know how long she stayed in Aruba or if she was ever brought back to the United, like, you know what I'm saying? She could have been trafficked amongst certain people, trafficked to different places before she ultimately ended up in Russia. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, was Natalee Holloway taken to, was she sex trafficked to Russia right after her disappearance? Was Natalee Holloway sex trafficked to Russia right after her disappearance? Yes. So she's been in Russia since 2025 when she went missing. Has Natalee been in Russia since 2025 since she went missing? Yes. Is she amongst wealthy elite individuals in Russia? Is Natalee Holloway with wealthy elite individuals in Russia? Yes. So she's with wealthy persons. Okay, but she's in Russia. Spirit is telling me, guys. Okay. So, and I want to look into. I just brought up Kanika Jenkins, but I probably do hers again. I did Kanika Jenkins like years and years ago, like way back when I probably like first started my channel. Okay, so some of y'all probably never seen those videos or what have you. Back when I think back when I first started doing tarot, or a little while after I first started doing tarot, I did her video, okay? But I think I'm gonna do it on another one, okay? But yeah, so those are the cases. Those are the situations with JonBenet Ramsey, Madeline McCain, Summer Wells, Caylee Anthony, and Natalee Holloway, guys, okay? Madeline, Summer, and Natalee are all alive, okay? JonBenet Ramsey is deceased, as we know, and Caylee Anthony is deceased. Spirit is telling me that JonBenet Ramsey's father was involved with her death. Caylee Anthony's mother, Casey Anthony, was involved with her death. JonBenet Ramsey's father, John Ramsey, was involved with her death, allegedly, according to the information that has been given to me by my spirit guides, okay? Madeline McCain is said to be in the United States amongst wealthy elites in the industry. Her identity has been changed. She has red hair, she has blue eyes, and her hair is at shoulder length, okay? Summer Wells was sold by her parents, okay, who she was with her mother on the day at the lake on the day that she went missing. Her mother was in communication with someone in particular who came and basically took Summer Wells from the lake where they were at, okay? She was also sold into sex slavery and she was trafficked. Spirit is saying that she is still in the United States. I'm not sure exactly where, but she is with, Spirit is saying she's with some professionals, some professional traffickers. So she's not with some, lower level amateur traffickers. Okay. Natalee Holloway, okay. People closest to her know exactly what happened to her. People in Aruba knows exactly what happened to her. Natalee Holloway, I believe she got heavily intoxicated on that night. She probably was slipped something. The the Van Buren guy, or what have you, he did sexually assault her, but he sold her to somebody else who then trafficked her to somebody else and sold her again. But she is still alive. She's being used as a sex slave, and she's in Russia currently, guys. Okay, so that's what's going on here, guys, as it relates to this missing mystery, murder mystery, high profile cold case edition, guys. Okay, so we're going to get into a few extra messages before we close this out. And I'm going to go over a few more things, guys. Okay, before we close this out, guys. Yeah, right after this. Okay, guys, so we're just gonna get a few messages on the entirety of these situations, guys. Okay, because the one thing that I can say, besides the fact that it was very eerie with all of these little girls and young women that went missing, they were all blonde hair and blue eyed. Okay, which is eerie enough. Okay, they all went missing, for the exception of JonBenet Ramsey. They all went missing in 2000, practically back to back to back, guys. Okay, and they were all high profile cases, guys. And they all seem to have ties to the powers that be in some way, shape, form, or fashion, guys. Okay, so we're gonna get some overall energy for the situation here. Okay, hopefully y'all can see this well enough, guys. Okay, so we have illegally funded government operations here. Legally funded government operations, corruption within the government, secret society, family crime mob, your good for nothing mother betrayed you, neglected you, abandoned you, sabotaged you, sacrificed you, and chose your siblings over you. Okay, that's the other eerie thing. Both Madeline McCain, Summer Wells, and Natalee Holloway and Casey Anthony, all of them, their mothers were heavily involved in what was done to them. Okay, same thing with JonBenet Ramsey. She was being abused for years, and her mother freaking knew. Okay, Spirit did say that she was passed out, likely doped up, on the night that the situation happened with JonBenet Ramsey. But I know she knows. Okay, because she was aware that she was being abused all those years before, or what have you. But it's very interesting, like the mothers of these young women, young girls, what have you, they know full hell well what happened to their children. Okay, every last one of them, and every last one of their mothers received a large compensation after their daughter's disappearance or death or what have you. We got CIA, FBI, government. Okay, we have abusing their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others into submission. Okay, and we have here suspicious activity, something just ain't right. Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of illegally funded government operations that's going on, guys. Okay, this is organized crime that is happening here. Okay, and your organized crime covers a lot of different things, from human sex trafficking to organ harvesting to drug trafficking to blood sacrifice, murders, and different things like that, or what have you. A lot of this shit, I told y'all pay attention to all of these high profile things that be going on. They all either link back to the government or the industry in some type of fucking way, shape, form, or fashion. It never freaking fails. There is crimes that happen on a daily basis. Okay, anything that makes the news, I guarantee you, it was a staged event. There are patsies involved. There are crisis actors involved in the whole shebang. It's a whole dramatization, and the satanic powers that be got a hand in the shit. And I guarantee you, somebody close to the victims are sellouts. Okay, they belong to some type of cult coven, secret societies, and they got wrapped up with the powers that be in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay, these people be having to come up off. They be in these binding contracts, and they be having to come up off of sacrifices. And I told y'all before, sacrifices happen in many different ways. Okay, it's only blood sacrifices when the person comes up dead. Okay, but people get sacrificed to get locked up. People get sacrificed to come up missing, to be sex trafficked, like all kinds of things. Okay, sacrifices can happen in many ways, shape, forms, and fashions. Okay, and many of these people, they get higher positions, titles, or roles. They get large amounts of abundance and wealth and different things, or what have you. And all kinds of shit, guys. Okay, so it's a lot of all of this is tied to illegally funded government operations. Okay, which is why Spirit is saying that there is corruption within the government. Okay, because there are persons who are high ranking in power. Okay, if you think these type of crimes is going on and the wealthy elites, okay, are not aware what is happening and what is going on where, you are completely crazy. You're out of your mind. Okay. They nosy. They in everybody's business. Okay. Nothing that's anything that is going on. Okay. Do they not know about? Period. Point blank. Okay. So this ties into corruption within the government, illegally funded government operations. Okay. Even secret societies. Because when these things go on or what have you, who in the fuck do you think calls up? Certain police departments, the feds, or whatever, and tell them to stand down on certain shit, tell them to cover up and bury certain shit, or what have you. That's coming from way up. Okay. Even when people have been arrested and apprehended, and there's a whole court case, and it's a high profile crime, and everybody's talking about it. There's been movies made about it, and books written about it, and shows about it, and documentaries about it, and the cameras is in the courtroom, and everything is being recorded, and all this other kind of shit. The powers that be, they control the airways. Okay, Lucifer's called the Prince of the Air, and Lucifer controls all of that shit. Okay, including the satanic powers that be, that runs through and controls all of that shit. Okay, they determine what the hell is on air, what the hell you, the people, the masses see and hear and know, and different things, guys. Okay, with secret societies being here, okay, from the Illuminati to the Freemasonry, and other secret societies, cults and covens, and different things, guys. Okay, these parents, okay, they belong to these secret societies in some type of way. They have sold out to these secret societies in some type of way. They're in some type of binding contract, and they're offering up, they have to make sacrifices. Okay, so they're offering up a lot of time family members and different things like that in these operations of things that is going on, guys. I told you. Okay, it's just like when y'all pay attention. Okay, it's just like it's like literally it's almost like it's systematic, it's programming. Okay, y'all ever pay attention? Y'all ever see things that go on in black neighborhoods or what have you? Like, well, not necessarily black neighborhoods, but urban neighborhoods, guys. Okay, anytime anything major goes on in an urban neighborhood, anytime you have persons who are outside the black race end up killing black people. If you notice, they send out Masons, they send out evangelicals and pastors and different shit or whatever, and they be standing, as well as activists, okay, who are all sellouts and in the pockets of the satanic powers that be, and they be standing side by side with the fucking families and different shit when they get on fucking camera and shit. Pay attention to the signs and the fucking symbolisms. You'll see people in Masonic fucking colors. You'll see them doing Masonic ass human signs and everything. The signs and the symbolisms be everywhere. Be right in your fucking face. You can't make it up. It's right there. I'm telling you. They think that nobody noticed, and most people don't. Most people way too busy thinking you calling yourself living your best life. You either entertained by something or you distracted by something. But most people is unaware, unawake, brainwashed, dumbed down, and under mind control, or either just don't fucking care. Okay, with this shit that is going on. Okay. So these people like I said, they're in these secret societies, okay? Spirit is saying, and these secret societies that they are part of, that they are in, are controlling these people when they sell out, okay? Family crime mobs here. These families are involved, like I said, because of the fact that they're like, you know, and it's different with different ones of them. They belong to cult clubs and secret societies. They be in all kinds of shit or what have you. And like I said, from having to come up off of sacrifices or clear some type of debts or whatever the situations may be, for higher positions, titles, or roles, for money or whatever it is, they be having to come up off these sacrifices. So technically, the family are crime mob. They're whole family crime mob. They be knowing exactly what is going on, y'all. I done told y'all one too many times. A lot of people, anytime, I'm telling you, anytime you see, because like I said, crime happens every day. And not everything makes the news, makes the paper. Okay? The things that you do see make mainstream media news. It's in your papers. Especially if it becomes a high profile case, the state attorney powers that be are the fuck involved. When you see them families get on fucking camera and the news stations is there and they got Masons and different things and these stars and things on either side of them, or activists all of a sudden, or whoever, okay? Certain ministers and pastors and shit like that, or what have you, that's going on, especially when somebody like a Al Sharpton or some come out in a major scene to go on, like, you know how you did with George Floyd and shit like that. It's a whole motherfucking dramatization. It is a staged event. It's a fucking cover up. Like, it is blatantly a staged ass event, okay? And they put certain people in place, you know what I'm saying, to be the talking heads of certain things, okay, to control the narrative and the flow of information and all kinds of shit, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Okay? Yeah. But for a lot of these people, it'd be all about money. It'd be all about money. Yeah. And greed, money and greed, guys, okay? And this is the reason why a lot of these people, parents, are involved. They betray them, they abandon them, they sabotage them, they set their own damn kids up and shit, and then they go on about their merry little way. They go on about their life like, you know, and you know, like those kids that never fucking exist, like it was nothing for them or what have you, guys, okay? Yeah, that's what's going on here. Yeah. That's what's going on here, guys. So when I clarify illegally funded government operations, we get abuse and neglect. There is abuse and neglect that is going on in various different aspects as it relates to these illegally funded government operations that's going on, that's going down. To clarify corruption within the government, we have accomplice partners in crime. So this corruption in the government, this goes from your local government all the way up to higher up governments. They're all accomplices and partners in crime. They know that these things are going on. They cover certain shit up. They turn a blind eye. They go along with the staged events, the setups when it goes on. Okay, secret societies, missing. These secret societies are involved with these missing children. These children that are coming up missing. Okay. They're involved with all these situations here. Family crime mob, money. Okay? It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Okay? That's all they care about. And every one of these cases, you'll notice. These families get some type of payout and all this other kind of shit. Just like with Kanika Jenkins' mother, what have you. They had that woman put blonde hair on her goddamn head. Okay, she had the droopy eyes, glossy eyes too. They kept her doped up. They made it seem like she had just had a surgery done and shit. She was on heavy medicine or whatever. That one was under fucking mind control, and they kept her fucking doped up. They put blonde hair in her head and let the powers that be know that she was under fucking mind control. And she had they put them lightning bolt ass earrings in her ear, which ties back. That's got certain symbolisms as well. Okay, the purple that she was wearing, that ties to uh, these secret societies, not only Freemasonry, but it can even tie into royalty and different things like that, or whatever. The signs and the symbols was everywhere. Lady Jesus was set up. I'm gonna do her case later. I didn't speak on her today, but I brought her name up earlier talking about something else. But that was staged. That was set up, and the girl organs was taken. The girl organs was stolen. That's why these celebrities was doing all kind of songs and shit about her, or what have you. These celebrities be knowing. That's why the girl was found in a freezer. Her organs was taken. The fuck out of her body. Anyway, we're gonna do that case on another day, okay? But everybody was involved. Everybody that was around her was involved. And the case that's out there was completely the fuck disgusting. Okay? I have clear audience, okay? I could clearly hear. That one tip that went out before the party and different shit had got started, when they was first there, okay? And them guys in them rooms with them girls, okay? That girl was on the floor on the other side of that damn bed, fucking. Okay? And the other girl kept on pressing her, talking about, you ain't having a good time. You supposed to have shit. I am having a good time. She was over there fucking. Dude was fucking her. And the other dude was like, oh man, y'all tripping or whatever. And then the one that had shades on or whatever, she's in the acting like everything was cool. But she slick showing she had the mirror glasses on, shades on, to show what was going on around the room, different shit. The girl was over there being fucked. She was drugged that night and some more shit. The girl was taking advantage of in more ways than the fuck. But anyway, I'm gonna get into that later. Okay, back to these young girls. Okay. So when I to clarify the family crime mob, we got money here to clarify. Your good for nothing mother betrayed, neglected, abandoned, sabotaged, sacrificed, and chose your siblings over you. We got greed here. These bitches is money hungry gold diggers, allegedly. This is for your entertainment purposes only. On family crime mob, you get money. On your good for nothing mother who betrayed you, neglected you, abandoned you, sabotaged you, sacrificed you, and chose your siblings over you. This is a greedy bitch who allowed you to be abused and neglected. Okay? Clarify CIA, FBI, government, we got to cover up. So the CIA and the FBI notice what's going on, and it's a whole cover up in the situation. Okay? Them people not stupid. They know what the hell is going on. All these bitches and gadgets and technologies. Yeah, guy, you can't fucking convince the American people that you see all, you know motherfucking all, and you got all your AI, fucking robots and all other kinds of shit. The gurus, you got witches and all other kind of shit, but the show is mighty funny. These babies come up missing. Y'all act like y'all ain't got a suspect, a motherfucking clue, and not a hint or an idea. The smooth fly under fucking the radar. Cold motherfucking case in a short period of time. And it's not because y'all incompetent. It's not because y'all stupid, y'all dumb. Y'all really just don't know. Bullshit. Bullshit. I bet you if a bitch robbed the fucking bank, you can find them right now today, no matter where the fuck they get. I bet you that. I bet you that. But with none of your gadgets and your gadgets and your motherfucking technology, y'all tracking and tracing people right the fuck now. Y'all stalking and harassing people right the fuck now. You got people on illegally put on government watch list right the fuck now as motherfucking extremists for being nothing more than awake and aware. You treating them worse than you have ever treated a terrorist or a motherfucking serial killer right the fuck now. And I guarantee you can tell us where the fuck we at, what the fuck we doing, what the fuck we saying, what we got on, what our ass smell like, who we're talking to, who we're dealing with, how much money we got in our accounts, and some more shit. But you don't know, you don't know where these babies at, or do you? Yeah, you know. Yeah, you know. They ain't competent by a long shot. They ain't stupid by a long fucking shot. They hire intelligent fucking people, smart goddamn people, educated motherfucking people, and the goddamn CIA, FBI, DOJ, NSA, military and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck, you know. You know where I'm at right now, don't you? You know what I'm doing right now, don't you? You've been I've been a target all my goddamn life. I didn't find out I was talking to individual. You know, made my life a living hell for the last 11 years. You use your artificial intelligence as mind control on me every goddamn day. You act like you know everything that he used to know about, but do you know what them babies said? What about that? You know what happened to them? You know where they at? You had to go save and rescue them? I don't think so. You ain't gonna speak on that. You ain't gonna do nothing about that. That was a prearranged operation, wasn't it? And these cases here, top secret and classified. And shit. Cover up. Cover up. Okay? And see, when and see, the problem with the corruption within the government, I'm not even telling you that everybody who see, I'm not somebody that is particularly like, say, anti-government, anti-establishment, and all this other kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because today y'all wake up and you have a fucking emergency and you call for help and nobody comes. You know what I'm saying? I'll help or police, you don't even know what the fuck to do. So to act like, you know what I'm saying, these people jobs or these services not the fuck needed, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm not necessarily even telling you that everybody who works for the government are bad fucking people, but they all follow fucking orders and have a fucking superior. So you see how a good person could be corrupted on any day. Just following orders, just trying to hold on to their motherfucking pensions because they regular people just got a family to take care of the fuck too. All they did is decide a certain career field to go into, and when they got in there, this is the shit that was going on. You understand what I'm saying? So even a good motherfucker in the industry, when you giving orders by high up, and you need to understand, with every last one of these young girls that I talked to you about, they are all with, the ones that are alive are all with wealthy motherfuckers. Wealthy, elite people who are high up in fucking power. What the fuck do you think pay people in government salaries? Why do you think people in the government even have the job positions that they have? We the people didn't create their fucking positions. Didn't pay their motherfucking check. Now our taxes contribute to some of their resources and different things like that on a local level. But we're talking about higher up individuals. Who do you think is the reason for them even having a position, the job positions that they have in the first place? Who signs their check? Right? We're talking about wealthy elite motherfuckers that run the Federal Reserve, who make the fucking money. Do you see how the reason why they are untouchable and all the crimes that they fucking commit? How in the fuck do you go and apprehend the very motherfuckers that's not your check? The very people who has made it possible for you to even have a job in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? The very motherfuckers who create the laws in the first goddamn place. See, that's how they go down. Cover up. That's the reason why you got on corruption within the government, you got accomplice partners in crime. On CIA, FBI, government, you got cover up. Accomplices, partners in crime, cover up. Okay? To clarify, abusing their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others in submission. See, this is clarifying secret society. So these families are in these secret societies and shit. They're in these binding ass contracts and shit. And whether by choice or by force, okay, they end up having to come up off a sacrifice, and many times it be what? A child. Okay? But you got people who are higher up, these cult leaders and different things, who abuse their money, their power, their privilege, and their authority, okay, over these people who are sellouts in these secret societies, okay, to bully them into submission. So some of them, they've been forced to give up their kids, like how the McCains did, with Madeline McCain. You understand what I'm saying? Low-level ass people like the Wells, with some of Wells people, they hadn't got busted for crimes before and shit like that or whatever. That's the other thing, okay? Parents who you see get in trouble with the law, often whether it be for drugs or disorderly conduct, whatever type of shit. Even other shit. Sexual abuse, all kinds of shit. To make that shit go away. To get them deals. They end up having to sell out. They end up having to sacrifice one of their goddamn kids. Okay? That's how that shit go on. That's how that happen. See, this is how the powers that be got even the lower level people. The low life, low level, low vibrational ass motherfuckers in their pockets too. All the way to those who are more prominent or middle class to up class. That's how that shit go. Mm-hmm. Yeah. To clarify suspicious activity, something just ain't right, which is clarifying family crime mob here. See, the family pay attention. It be suspicious as shit, suspicious activity within the fucking family. It just don't make no sense. Because all you gotta do to figure out nonsense is to apply your regular ass self to that situation. Should that situation had happened with you or anybody regular that you fucking know, not only would you have been the prime suspect, bitch, she would have went down a whole nother way. Like, and you know it. And if you didn't think about it, you know it. Okay? Mind control. These family crime mobs and shit, they in these secret societies and shit, they be under mind control. I told you this shit even goes on. This is the reason why I told y'all to pay attention. Even when y'all see shit like I told you, from your mass shooters to your serial killers, they be knowing about these people ahead of time. Your serial killers, they allow them to kill. They know who they are. Before the fuck you know who they are. They allow them to kill a certain amount of time and some small shit like that. If you look into a lot of serial killers' background, they have ties either to the government, the system, or the industry in some fucking type of way. Persons in power with access to mind control and shit, medications and drugs and shit, got a hold to them at some point in time when they was fucking younger and had their eyes on them the entire fucking time. Allow them to kill for a certain amount of time and then turn them into fucking patsies and shit. Came in and set them up and shit. That's the reason why I be high profile as cases and shit. Same thing with these family annihilators. I told y'all, these family annihilators, the mass shooter, they be under fucking mind control, bruh. For the AI mind control, MK Ultra mind control, they be under fucking mind control and they be triggered to do that shit. These women you see kill their children. Y'all remember that woman that's so long ago? I forget what state it in. This woman worked for the Department of Human Services. She works some places where y'all at is called CPS. Other places it's called DHS. Whatever it is, Child Protective Services. Okay? This woman worked for Child Protective Services, y'all. That woman went home and drowned all her kids. Killed all of them. I think it was like 3 of them. How the fuck do you work for Child Protective Services? They did that to the woman. She was under mind control. I guarantee you, while she was at work, she seen too much, she knew too much, and she found out that it was some fucking illegal shit that was going the fuck on. They put her under mind control and they trigger her to kill her own goddamn kids. Cover it up. When she could speak out about some shit, I guarantee you. States. These people that wig out and annihilate the entire fucking family, they under fucking mind control. How you can tell is look how the authorities handle them. If you notice, from the mass shooters to the family annihilators, when they get apprehended, most people that commit crimes, they're gonna try to run, they're gonna try to hide, they're gonna try to flee, they're gonna try to fight the police back, they're gonna be hostile and aggressive and all that shit. Look at the behavior, their mannerisms, bruh. They be just as calm, cool, and collected. They be almost peaceful like. They don't run, they don't hide, they don't resist arrest, they be just as calm and everything. Now these are same people that you done just told us was so angry and so violent. They went up in here and then they killed up all these people. They got in their car and they mowed down a crowd of people. Or they went up in the school and they shot it up. Or they went home and they killed the whole family. Do you know what level of fucking, like, you gotta be outside your mind to do such a thing. You have to be so fucking enraged to a blind rage. Blackout, like you ain't in control of your body to do this. You understand what I'm saying? When they get apprehended and they show this shit, they be just as calm though. They don't run, they don't flee, they don't hide, they don't try to cover up anything. You know, most criminals, they try to hide shit, cover up shit. Because the whole purpose is, oh, they done did this, now they want to try to get away. The mass shooters, pay attention. Your family annihilators, pay attention, bro. It be just as calm. They be under fucking mind control. I'm gonna study this shit. I'm gonna research this shit. I'm trying to tell you. And it's the same thing with these motherfucking families and shit. They in these coat covers and secret ass societies and shit. They be having to come up off a sacrifice or what have you. And that's how these kids and their kids and shit end up being the fuck sacrifice. Yep. But look, all of them in regret right the fuck now. Because they don't be the end of it. They be bound to them people forever. They be bound. Look at that. Regret. Organized crime. Didn't I tell you this organized crime? Didn't I tell you this organized crime, bro? I can't make it up. I can't make it up. This is organized crime. These people is trapped. Surveillance. They being watched. Look, in their home. They trapped. They being surveillance and watched in their home, bro. In their home. They end up being in regret. They under mind control though. They end up being in regret though for partaking in this organized crime, y'all. I never make it up. You got sexual assault here. Hold on, y'all. Power, leadership, law, ritual sacrifice, artists, secrets, murder. Because we know some of these victims were murdered, they were blood sacrificed, and in others of them, they were still a sacrifice, but they were sold, they were trafficked, they were pimped out, they were sold into sex slavery. Still a sacrifice, okay? This is the reason why you start off here. This is the reason why you got both sexual assault and murder here, okay? And it's also the reason why you got ritual sacrifice here, which also ties into human sacrifice down here, okay? Sexual assault. These is victims who have been raped and molested by these perpetrators. That ties into this abuse and neglect with these illegally funded government operations. This is what's going on here, y'all. Power. Clarifying this corruption within the government when it comes to partners in crime. Power here. We're talking about people with positions of authority, people with fame, fortune, recognition, celebrity status, star status, popular status, who is abusing their power. Leadership. Clarifying secret societies and missing. So you got persons who are in these secret societies who are involved with these missing children, okay? We're talking bosses, leaders, rulers. I'm talking about way up. Okay? The untouchables is what I call them. Y'all been saying that for the longest. And you know, like, when I say something or if I think something, like, it'll literally pop up in real time or whatever, y'all. I started seeing, I was just flipping through on the TV the other day. Y'all, I had no idea that there was a movie literally called The Untouchables. I legit think I done made something up because this is what I call the wealthy elite, the Untouchables. Okay, somebody made a movie called The Untouchables. I don't know if it had anything to do about the wealthy elite. I had never seen it before, but it literally popped up on my thing, and I just started seeing it. I'm like, God damn! I thought, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know a movie was out. We got the law here, okay? So you went from people with positions of authority, people with fame, fortune, recognition, celebrity status who've been abusing their power,
to people in leadership, bosses, leaders, rulers, to even people in law, lawyers, judges, law enforcement, lawmakers who are involved and tied to these situations with these families and some more shit for money. They're all involved in it, okay? Ritual sacrifice here, okay? Ritual priests involved, cult leaders involved, cannibals, head hunters and shit. These head hunters, they be looking for vulnerable people to prey on, to get these children that they want here. Human sacrifice, blood sacrifice here. This is the human sacrifice. Whether they are sex trafficked, sold into sex slavery and trafficked as a wealthy elites want them or some shit like that or what have you. I'm telling y'all, these high profile cases, it'd be a whole dramatization, it'd be a whole stage event, bro. This is the ooh and ah, the mass. The powers that be knowing what the fuck be going on with this shit. The celebrities be knowing what the fuck be going on with this shit. That's why they make a mockery of everything. They sit up and play in the people's faces, right? These are human sacrifices, y'all. For what? Greed. Bitch ass mothers who betray, neglect, abandon, sabotage, and sacrifice their own children and choose their other siblings. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Especially these mothers that's got more than one child. They decide which one of their kids they want to be the sacrificial ass fucking lamb. And some of them that's way deep in this shit, the powers that be. You know what I'm saying? Tell them which one they want. Pick them out like little flowers. And they go along with it. Artists, there are even artists that they involved. Professional artists is involved with this shit, you know? They know what's going on. Secret here. There's a whole secret affairs. Things are being kept in the dark about. These secrets is being exposed. That's why all these children coming up missing. I told you there are 800,000 to 1 billion children that smooth vanish into thin air, never to be seen or heard from ever the fuck again. And y'all swear y'all living y'all best life. You couldn't possibly be living your best life when that many children. We talk about babies alone. We're talking about majority of them between. There are so many that go missing between the infancy and 10 years old. Okay, but then there's also a large number between the preteens and adolescents that go to fuck as well. And that's not even including the numbers of full grown ass people within their 20s and on up that goes to fuck missing. Okay? Because it even ties into there's even seniors and shit that goes missing. But they be on these young folks. They go missing the most. They're the highest fucking number. And everybody around here just doodle their thumbs, sitting on the back burner, entertained, distracted. That's why you living your best life. You couldn't possibly. And babies is just coming up missing every damn day. It's a whole secret agenda, man. Whole secret agenda. Murder. Some of them being murdered. So from being sexual assaulted to murder. But it's a human sacrifice spirit, you're saying, okay? And you got a lot of players that's involved. From people in power who have positions of authority that abuse their power, to people who have fame, fortune, recognition, celebrity status that abuse their power, to people who are in leadership, bosses, leaders, rulers, okay, to people who are in law enforcement, from lawyers to judges to law enforcement to lawmakers to artists, professional fucking artists, okay? So even the parents, you can't make this shit up, bro. Can't make it up. Yeah, look what's at the bottom of the deck. That's the devil. All these people are chained to the devil. They sold their soul to the devil. This is their price that they have to pay for selling their soul to the devil. Okay? They're also heavily involved in dark magic. Many of these people possess, they also curse. Look at that. The devil in magic. That's what they into. Look, fall of civilization. That's what it's about. Greed, corruption, indulgence, and ignorance. Yeah, that's what's going on here, y'all. That's what's going on. Okay. Spirit, are there any other messages that I need to share with the collective as it relates to this situation? We have the tree here, affairs with the family. So the families are involved in these situations, like I told y'all. Okay? The families are heavily involved in these situations, y'all. Okay? Yeah. Those of you who got eyes to see psychic abilities, trust your intuition, spirit is saying. They know what's going on. There's people in the world that know what's going on. Spirit, any other messages? Any other messages? Yeah, look, unsuccessful outcomes to problems. This is on purpose because it's a cover up. This is sitting here under the broken bridge here. This is sitting here under corruption within the government, the CIA, FBI here, okay? There's unsuccessful outcomes to problems, okay? Because there's cover-ups that's going on. There's accomplices and partners in crime that's high up in power that's being covered up, right? Okay? I'm trying to tell you. What other messages? By secret society and abusing their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others into submission. Mm-hmm. Is there any other messages? Any other messages? Spirit, as it relates to. Hold on, guys. Yeah, many of these people, they be doing, they be coming off these sacrifices in their career, get higher position titles and roles and shit, okay? Yeah. Spirit, what else is going on? Yeah, I'm seeing the feather here. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. So these people are involved, these families are involved with undependable, and insincere persons, okay? Maybe persons that they sell out to, okay, who abuse their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully them into submission, okay? Yeah. Got persons who is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change, okay? Are there any other messages pertaining to this? Any other messages pertaining to this? I'm seeing a man here, okay? So a lot of men highly aspected in this here, okay, as well. This one comes out on under secret society with abuse of money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others into submission. Okay? Spirit, come on it. Situation here. Yeah, we have the C course here. We're talking about family matters. Okay? You got the tree, affairs with your family, broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem, man here dealings with the man here, okay? Seahorse, family matters, okay? Any other messages, Spirit? Yeah. The kite want to come out too. This is about vacation. This ain't vacation here. This could be tied into that Madeline McCain situation. Okay? Yeah. I'm also seeing bread here. So and this want to come out with man here. See, these families, they sell out to get involved in these secret societies. Okay, the men in these secret societies who are in leadership, they abuse their money, their power, their personal authority to bully them into submission. And these people, they generally all got the prosperity and abundance here. Okay, these men got the prosperity and abundance that these people want, these people need, or what have you, and these are sacrifices that they have to come up off of. Okay. Yeah, that's what's going on here, though, y'all. Mm-hmm. Is there any other messages? Any other messages? Any other messages? I'm also seeing the bat here, okay? Yeah. It says take care, enemies are working against you here, okay? I'm also seeing the mice here. Discord amongst friends and family. Okay? So we have the reef here, which talks about sorrow over loss, and different things like that, or what have you guys. Okay, that's what's going on here. As it relates to these situations, guys. Okay. Spirit, any other messages? Any other messages that I need to share as it relates to the situation? Any other messages? I'm seeing here she is lying to you, okay? So these people, they be lying. When they stand before the people, they be lying, okay? I'm also seeing you can't trust this person. Here she is lying to you. You can't trust this person here, okay? Yeah, look, your mama. These women's mothers, every last one of them, from JonBenet Ramsey, Madeline McCain, Summer Wells, Caylee Anthony, Natalee Holloway, all their mothers got up and spoke as it related to their child, okay? Yeah, their family is full of scams here, okay? Their lying spirit is saying you can't trust them, okay? The mothers, okay? But the fathers are involved as well, like, you know, the entire family. The media, look, deadbeat fathers. You got your mama here and you got deadbeat fathers here. Because they all involved. They're all involved, okay? I'm also seeing they stole your identity here. So some of these that's alive here, the Madeline McCain, Summer Wells, and Natalee Holloway, their identity has been changed here. Okay, talking about stolen identity, they stole your identity. Okay, that's changed your identity. You know, so you said, you know, changing one's identity. Okay, corrupt cops in government, of authority, of power, pulling punishment here. Okay. So this, you know, there's a lot of people involved here, okay? I feel like when it comes to the cops and the government, what have you, they use those of them who are crooked to cover up certain things, okay? But a lot of this is tied to this, you know what I'm saying? This goes all the way up, you know what I'm saying? The wealthy elite, things like that, okay? And like like when it comes to like the local cops, like corrupt cops, or what have you, they just following order. You know what I'm saying? So they told to stand down on this and don't worry about that, or, you know, turn a blind eye to this or that, or cover this or that, or whatever. When you get into the government, this is the higher up government, okay? This is when you get, you know what I'm saying, agents and all this other kind of shit or what have you. But either way it goes, this is corrupt cops in government as well as wealthy elites. Okay? Abuse of power and authority. They all are aware of what happened in these situations, y'all. Okay? And it's being covered up. And the general public have been bamboozled. They have been fooled by these situations, guys. Okay? Spirit, any other messages? Any other messages, Spirit? Again, this is for your entertainment purposes only, guys. Please use your own discernment and govern yourselves accordingly. Okay? All the information that I have given you in this reading is allegedly according to the information that has been given to me by my spirit guides. Okay? Yeah, that's what's going on here, though. Okay, so real quick. Let's pull some tarot real quick before we wrap this up. Spirit clarify illegal government, illegally funded government operations, with abuse, neglect, sexual assault. So I'm seeing here the Hierophant. Okay, wanted to come out first here. Okay, so your Hierophants are definitely persons who are in power, persons who are in authority. Okay, Spirit clarified these legally funded government operations. Yeah, I'm seeing the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles here. Okay, something about these rulers, these leaders, these persons with certain power and authority in the job field, work field that they're in. Okay, guys. Hold on just a minute. Move this over around here. Okay. That's definitely involved in funding government operations, abuse and neglect. You're clarified corruption within the government. Okay, these are some very wealthy men here. Okay, the King of Pentacles just go in the reverse with the opposite part at the same time. There's a very, very specific about who that person is. There could be multiple persons here. We also got the Moon card here. Okay, whether this person is an Earth sign or not, Capricorn or Virgo, there's someone. They're very wealthy. A grounded, stable, secure King of Pentacles is going to be a very wealthy man. Okay, he's in the reverse though, so this person is very toxic. Justice here, okay? Somebody in power, somebody in authority here. With the moon here, we know the moon is about secret things, hidden things, what's done in the dark, cover up, shady people, dirty dealings, illusions, fears, criminal activity, and a multitude of other things here, okay? I'm seeing the King of Swords here as well. So there definitely could be, there's a lot of, many men involved in these things here, okay? Secret society, okay? Also, Ten of Cups here. There's a lot of these families who belong to certain secret societies, cults and covens and different things that get themselves involved in. Spirit is saying, okay. Yeah. And as a result, there's karma here. We got the karma card here, okay. I feel like that karma is like, that debt that has to be paid. Okay, that sacrifice that they have to come off of here. Spirit is saying. Okay? Spirit clarify family crime not. Family crime not. I'm seeing the four. It's interesting because I'm seeing the Four of Wands, the Five of Wands, and the Three of Swords here. So the Four of Wands do speak to a family dynamic as well. It also speaks to like like marriages and different things like that. But the Five of Wands speaks of strife and conflicts and misunderstandings, misconceptions, jealousy, envy, hatred, spitefulness, competition, and different things like that, or what have you. Yeah. Seven of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles here, okay? The Three of Swords speaks of heartache and heartbreak and different things like that or whatever, but the Seven of Pentacles speaks of an investment, okay? It's like these people put in, like when they sacrifice their children and different things like that, it'd be like an investment, okay, for them to get this money here, okay? The Seven of Pentacles plus the Ace of Pentacles make the Eight of Pentacles. So like I told you, many of these people get higher positions, higher roles, higher ranking within a co-covenanting society, large amounts of money, and different things like that for going along with these setups, with these plots, okay? Very, ultimate betrayal by these mothers. The mothers is definitely sticking out here, okay? But I feel like the entire family dynamic, this is ultimate betrayal, this was sabotage and ruin. Fatal ending. This is like being backstabbed. This is cruel. This is brutal. This is unusual. Okay, this is toxic as energy here. Okay, and you got the Seven of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords here. Okay, on your good for nothing mother that betrayed you and sabotaged you and shit, y'all. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles can literally speak of like an investment of some kind. So these children are being invested, okay, sacrifice, okay, so they can get some type of come up, get some type of money, get some type of higher ranking, get some type of deal, or some shit like that, or what have you here, okay? Yeah. This cover up, there's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker here, okay? A lot of these officials, they're getting paid, okay? I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles here. Like a lot of money is going out, a lot of palms is being greased with this entire operation. It's illegally funded government operations here. The Six of Pentacles is about gifts of generosity out of kindness, basically giving material wealth and different things to people. But how the Ten of Pentacles is wealth, okay? This is coming out on CIA, FBI, government with cover up and shit. They can pay a whole hell of a lot of money. Okay? They can pay a whole hell of a lot of money Okay, I'm seeing the Three of Cups with the Five of Cups here. So your Three of Cups speaks of gatherings, get-together, celebrations, parties, social engagements. The Five of Cups speaks of sadness, losses, formative regret here. Okay, a loss, grief of some kind here. Okay, this wants to come out on these children here, which is abuse. Abusing their money, power, privilege, and authority to bully others into submission and shit like that, or what have you. Okay, with many of these individuals, there was some type of, social public engagement or something that was going on right before they went missing here. Look, the emperor here. Okay, that's a father figure. They could be somebody of establishment, somebody in power, somebody in authority. And look how creepy this card is, bro. You see this man here? You see the emperor, how he's sitting here, like he's sitting here on his throne, but you see over here, you see the little kids over here, by the lake here. And they got the red on here. Blood sacrifice red here, man. You see how he's looking over there at those kids? Those are kids that was abducted or, kidnapped. Those are kids that was, pimped out soul by their own damn parents and shit, y'all. This is what's going on. Spirit clarifies suspicious activity. Something just ain't right with mind control. Suspicious activity. Yeah. These people, if it's suspicious activity in their partnerships, in their relationships, in their marriages, and different things in the family in general, these people be juggling, they be struggling, they be trying to find balance in the situations and different things like that. Multiple situations be going on, or what have you. And, many of them do this shit for money here. The Nine of Pentacles here, okay? Them receiving rewards all of a sudden, okay? For sacrificing their children. The messages on this operation. Yeah. These children get abused and neglected and left out in the cold on purpose. It basically set up. Sacrifice of him by the own parents. For their own self, because we're part of the society shit, man. Spirit, any other messages I need to share? Any other messages I need to share? We got the Fool here. So these people are foolish, they're careless, they're reckless, they're childish, they take blind leaps of faith into the unknown, and they do a lot of reckless shit here, okay? In the shadow side here. These people in the shadow side, the south node, the dark side, okay? Any other messages? Any other messages? Any other messages? I'm telling you, these mothers is heavily involved. Every last one of the people that I talked about today, their mothers are heavily aspected in this shit that went on. Okay? I'm also seeing the magician and the high priestess here, or what have you. These people, some of them are being controlled by mind control and different things as well. Okay? Yeah, but these are little children. Okay? Share any other messages? Any other messages? Look, Three of Pentacles here. They are in binding contracts, okay? They collaborate together in these co-codes and secret societies for the purposes of money. They're in binding contracts. They offer up their children as sacrifices, okay, y'all? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're made some type of small ass offer, proposition, or proposal, okay? And they offer up their children, okay? Whether the child ends up dying with the death card here, look, death, Wheel of Fortune here, okay? But you also have those who have been sold, been kidnapped and abducted and sold and shit, okay? Yeah, you got those that have been kidnapped. Seven of Swords here. You have those who have died, and you have those who have been kidnapped and trafficked, sold into sex slavery. Yeah. Look, Seven of Swords with the Chariot. Seven of Swords with the Chariot is a child being stolen, taken, trafficked. Okay? You got the death card with the Wheel of Fortune here. Okay, so you have those of them who are abducted and trafficked, and you have those of them who wound up dead. Okay, and their families are involved in the church. These families are involved. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All these pages coming out. All these pages. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Page of Cups. Okay? Those are all children. Those are all babies. Okay? With the Five of Swords. Okay? Which speaks of conflict, defeat, hostility. Okay? Abuse. All being abused. All being abused. Look, lovers here. For sex. All being sexually abused. Yep. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of women that's in on this shit too. I'm seeing a Queen of Swords, a Queen of Wands, a Queen of Pentacles. Okay? Yeah. A Tower with the star here. Okay? Chaos, tragedy, upheavals, problematic situations, all of a sudden out of the blue. The stars, these are people who are empowered. I mean, people who are like popular. Okay? Have followings, well known, and different shit. Okay? Yeah. Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You're saying what I'm telling you is the truth. It's clarity, bro. It's truth. It's truth. I never make it up. I swear to God. Okay? And like I said, even though I have matter-of-factly feel like I have told you the truth according to the information that's been given to me by my spirit guides, I have to say that this is for your entertainment purposes only, and I have to say that these matters are allegedly. Okay? The sad thing about these, I like doing things. Okay? Just to get the truth and the clarity on them, but it pisses me off at the same time, because even with telling you all the truth and whatever, there's nothing I can done about it. Okay? And in all of the cases where it was high profile cases, and if it connects to people who are high up in power, who are wealthy, who are elite, who persons in government, to persons who are wealthy, elite, celebrities, anything like that, if it touched any of those damn people, it's gonna be fucking bad. So I know that even knowing the truth, there's nothing that's gonna be done about it. You know what I'm saying? So all of them from Madeline McCain to Summer Wells to Natalee Holloway. Okay? Well, Madeline McCain and Summer Wells are both still considered missing. Okay? They're actually alive. They are missing still. They're actually alive or what have you. Natalee Holloway, they forced this patsy in 2023 to say that he killed her, but he did not. He assaulted her and he stole her from somebody else, but she is still alive. It's fair to say she's in Russia, okay? But up till then, she was still listed as a missing person here. We know JonBenet Ramsey was found dead and Caylee Anthony was found dead, okay? But their parents, well, with Casey Anthony, double jeopardy applied. So they can't recharge her, okay? And with JonBenet Ramsey's dad, or what have you, they'll probably never make it to goddamn justice any goddamn way, okay? Because of the connections he's got, the money he got, whatever, or what have you. And Madeline, the sad thing is, the people that Madeline, Summer, and Natalee is with, because they're with persons who's wealthy and elite and different things like that, or what have you, they ain't gonna never bring them to the surface where it be a day where, oh, they've been brought back, blah, all that. So ain't nothing gonna be done about their cases either. That's what pisses me off about these cases, but at the same time, they were such high profile cases that everybody, kind of got wrapped into or what have you, about what was going on and what happened with these situations and different things like that, or what have you, that people just kind of curious about it or whatever. But truth or not, there's not ever going to be anything done about these situations. Okay, so even with a person like me speaking the truth and the clarity, they're gonna smoothly ignore it, and it pisses me off because in these cases or whatever, especially the person's still missing and different things like that, they'll put up stuff and they're like, oh, if you have any information and different things like that or what have you, you give them the information and they do the fuck nothing. Especially with a person like me who's a target individual, they wouldn't want to give me fucking credit no goddamn way. Okay, it's like it'll hurt their soul for them to tell me I was right about any fucking thing, because everybody in the world can make it and be somebody except the fuck for me, type of thing. And it's been like that all my goddamn life, but they know I'm telling the truth. They know it's the truth. They know it's the truth. Okay, so we got the deceptive shield here. Okay, so a false front is used to protect certain individuals or organizations while engaging in illegal activities. That's what's going on. Okay, there's deceptive shields for certain individuals and certain organizations that's involved, and the shit that's going on with these babies that's coming up missing. The silent collaborator, an unknown partner, aids in criminal activities, remains hidden while contributing to the scheme here. Okay, so you got silent contributors that's involved in this. Okay, that's doing certain things, controlling certain things from behind the scenes. The dark pact here. Okay, a secret agreement between individuals results in coordinated criminal acts. You know what I'm talking about? A secret agreement. See that bag of money, that person holding this bag of money? That's the parents selling out their kids. They make a secret agreement with these satanic powers, they come six societies and shit, and set their kids up. And then they stage a whole event. It's gonna go down on a certain day at a certain damn place. It's gonna be a whole dramatization. The child gonna come up missing. You call, and and the police at such and such time and be like, oh my God, I woke up but I couldn't find my child, or some shit like that or whatever. Be a whole spectacle. News media come out, you get your 5 minutes of fucking fame. They make it worldwide fucking news. It's a whole fucking spectacle. It's a whole goddamn dramatization. It's a whole stage event. Everybody's in on it. Everybody around knows what's going on. Those who didn't know exactly what the deal is. Everybody playing their role, bro. This is how they do this shit. This is how they play in people's fucking face. Y'all can believe me or not. Okay? So I'm seeing the unraveling the marriage here. A false perception is dismantled, revealing the true nature of a criminal operation. So basically, that's what I'm doing for y'all here today, unraveling the marriage. Okay, because it's straight up bullshit what's going on here. Okay, the covert operators here. Okay, an individual or groups of individuals discreetly carries out criminal acts without detection. Those are the ones that are behind the scenes, behind closed doors, making things happen. Okay. So we have the obscured identity here. Okay. A criminal hides behind a false identity to evade detection and persecution. Okay. They have certain individuals that's involved. They use certain traffickers, man. They use certain just people, just all kinds of people. Okay. The invisible hand here. An unseen force controls and directs criminal activities from behind the scenes. That's what's going on with this shit, bro. The hidden hand here, an influential figure directs criminal activity from behind the scenes, evading detection. Okay, you got a lot of people behind the scenes calling the shots in the shadows. Okay? They got certain foot soldiers that they go and do certain things. And everybody playing their damn role, guys. Okay? So that's what's going on here today, guys. I do hope that this is giving you all the truth and clarity that you're seeking pertaining to a situation y'all may be dealing with, or pertaining to a situation y'all may know someone else is dealing with. If you are crosswise, well, y'all not dealing with this. This is about other people, but y'all understand, okay? So for those of you who want to contact me, you can do so at tip.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is shine like a diamond 36 with the underscore between each word. For any person who is interested in donating to the channel, it is greatly appreciated. I do thank you all in advance. You can do so through CASHAPP, which is $tip diamond 36, or through PayPal, which is paypal.me /@36diamond. As always, guys, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is the wicked, wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there's evil that's lurking around each and every corner, even in a neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings, watch the company you keep, watch the surroundings and the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know, like someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey. Keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared, because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. I am that I am created in the image of God.